Hey, this is Matt Cheek with Eventus AI. I'm here to show you our new leads dashboard. Basically the backend portal to all your events and your lead generation or lead scanning for Eventus AI. So the first thing you'll notice is you get a summary of all your leads across the event. Total leads, unique leads, hot leads, staff logs. And unique leads could be different in the case of total leads because you may have two people scan the same person. That will show up in your total leads, but you would only see, if you saw two here, you'd only see one under unique leads. So it gives you an opportunity not to double scan and not to double count those leads. Now down here, you'll see each individual card for each individual event. So if you're tracking 3 or 4 events that are coming up, you may have 3 or 4 cards here. We also give you a quick account overview. You can see how many people you scanned over the last portion of time that you want. And so you can see how many hot leads, what that looks like. Now, if you click on view details within the actual card, you'll come into the main dashboard that also gives you your total leads, unique leads, hot leads, staff logs, and any meetings that you have scheduled. You can see down here, there's no meeting schedules, but you can see the hot leads, you can see the unique leads, and where they rank over here on the right-hand side. Now, if you come in here, the first thing I generally do is I look at staff. Let me go ahead and add some people. There's myself. There's Clark Kent, right? There's Bruce Wayne, right? And if I wanted just to add some folks really quickly, I can just come in here and click add. And let's do Wonder Woman. Right, we can add in there Wonder Woman. And she definitely has a Gmail, of course. And then we give her a unique password, and it's super. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3. And then it allows us to add a password, and then you can do phone number. Right, and so there we go. Now we've got our dream team on the sales side. Myself, I'm Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, and then now Wonder Woman. So you can see we're all added very easily there. If you want to delete or add at any point in time, it's obviously right here with the click of a button. Also, when you add any new staff you in here is actually saved to your account. So when you build out a new event, these people will actually pre-populate. So you can actually click on them when you go to add staff. They'll actually be there for you to add them in. Okay, and then you can come in here to my next section. You'll probably come in here is you can add in any type of marketing. If you wanted to add in collateral in the case of, say, a PDF, or if you wanted to add in a white paper, you can just create collateral. So you click on create collateral. You go and choose a file, whichever file you wanted to name, white paper. And you're allowed to mix and match whichever one you think is the best one for that event. You can do that. And then you hit submit. After that point, it's actually back right into your database. So now I've added professional services, right? This is my event ID, the sponsor ID. I can download it. And now I'm able, anytime I scan somebody when I'm at an event, I'm actually able to attach this and email it to them within near real time, within a couple of minutes. In fact, if you're still talking to the person and you hit save and you've actually hit the button that allows this to be sent, then they'll receive an email. And we've based the email set up down here. So you can see, hey, I sent this person an email. It's got my reply to email down here. The subject is the information that you requested. I put in a customized subject, a customized body, and then I can enter in an email. So if I wanted it to go to bruce.wayne@wayneindustries.com, I can do that. Right, I can just submit it, and so we can add in all the people we want here. I put in the wrong email address for Bruce Wayne. It was actually Bruce Wayne at wayneindustries.com. So you can add in whatever email you have in here that corresponds to your staff, and then you hit submit, and it's already in there. So if you come back in here and you've added all the people in, you've added in your PDF files, you added in your white papers, next you can set up a campaign. So if you want it to connect into You want this to route via API integration into Salesforce or Marketo. There's just a few bits of information that we need, whether it's client ID, the campaign code, most of the things that we have on we can get from you. But it's important as we go through, we want to make sure that we have this integration done correctly. Now, as you go through and you're building out what the app is going to look like, now this is just the back end. On the front end, you'll see very specific set of questions. And so say if I wanted to create a question, are you interested in speaking with a salesperson? So we can select, that's a single select. We can add it. Yes. And if they say yes, we'd like to give them a point value, right? That's something really great. If they say no, we're not going to give them any point value. Okay. And then we submit that. So now we know, hey, if they mark that yes, we can actually create a child question behind it. You have time for a meeting today. So we can set up a child question in this case. Single select again. Yes. And then we're going to give them a point value. We use these point values as we start to look at hot leads, how we score those leads. And then we can sit here and say, no. Well, that's still okay. That still means that they're interested in. And then we can attach them to the parent question. Are you interested in speaking with a sales representative? And so if they answer yes, the only time they'll actually see this question is if they answer yes to the parent question. Okay. And we can do that. We can do multi-select. So if we wanted to come in here and say, what industry are you in? We can do a single select, but we can add multiple items. Or we can do a multi-select and just say they can add multiple. So it may be insurance. And then we can add finance. And then we can each give them a specific point value. And we're not going to attach them to a specific parent question. But now we have, if they're in insurance, they're in finance, we can have them select both if they want to. Now right here, you'll see a leaderboard. How many people they have scanned. Wonder Woman, Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, myself. How many people have I scanned and where we rank within that event. Now that we've done that, we can actually come up here to manage leads. We can go into manage hot leads. And then we know we've asked a total of 3 questions with our total weight. The score we've given is 16. So somebody answers questions that give us maybe a value over of 7 or you want an 8, or you may want 12. Maybe your criteria to be hot. So you can see the total number of questions. The total value of all the questions, if they answer them all perfectly, is 16. And then my value for what I want to say, hey, if they answer at least a couple of them, that means they're hot, they're interested. We can set that up. Okay, come over here to close. Now we can come in and cleanse leads. Let's just say we're part of DC Comics, and we don't want anybody from Marvel getting into our CRM. So we add Marvel, and then anybody from, let's just say, at Marvel.com. And so now we know if they happen to come by our DC booth that we're not going to add anybody from Marvel because they're, in this case, they're competitors in the movie industry and we don't want to have them in. So you're able to add any person, any company like that to cleanse out. Now we don't delete any leads, but we kind of move them to an unqualified. It's kind of if you had an Excel spreadsheet. One's qualified, the other tab is unqualified. We never delete leads. In fact, if we wanted to add our own people in, we could say DC Comics would be 1 just because we don't want our own people going into our database. And so now we can I can go through and I can save DC Comics. Now I know my own thing will not come through. I can come down here again and add DC Comics. We can save it. Now, anybody from Marvel, anybody from DC Comics will not be added into our leads database, right? That way they don't go directly in when we push them into our campaigns, whether it be for Salesforce or HubSpot or the like. And now we have an opportunity if we wanted to set up maybe a location. Say we have a large booth, maybe a 10 by 20 or 20 by 20. We have multiple demos happening at the same time. And we'd really love some data and analytics around what demo is doing best. So what we do is we name each individual demo. So in the app, they will see under location each one of these. And they can say, oh, I'm at the VR demo. So anytime I scan somebody, it also tags them with the VR. Or maybe I'm doing the AI tool, artificial intelligence tool. And so anytime I scan somebody and I'm at that demo, it tags them. Or maybe I want to see how many people come to my reception. So I can, anybody scanning at the door, those badges can see, oh, look, these are all the people that came to my reception. And so now I can start to compartmentalize anybody that comes to these events. And you can add or subtract any location that you want. And then we also have a meeting set up. And so say today you can see, look, I set up a meeting from 11:30 to 12, right? I requested myself to be in a meeting for ELM. Now I'm just waiting for me to accept it, but we're going to meet about a new product. So I can give status, status from your dashboard, the notes on what they're meeting about, which room they're meeting in, who's been requested to meet, and it's by whom. So I can come in here to, if I wanted to enable all auto accept any meetings that come through. If I wanted to add a date, I could add a date. So you can see here's the 18th. These are the rooms available. This is the time that's available. And what I have to do is I can go in from the app. As soon as I scan somebody, I can actually set up a meeting right then where both parties receive a meeting invite. On here, what I'm doing is just adding all the available dates and times. So when I come back to all my meetings, I can see what's been booked, what hasn't been booked, and all this can get captured and then transferred into our Salesforce or Marketo, right? So we were able to, from a dashboard, really come down here, manage leads, whether it's a hot lead or we want to cleanse our leads. We can add staff. We can actually set somebody up as an admin so they can run everything. We can bring in our marketing materials. So if we want to add any collateral right here, we can do that. Any marketing collateral, white papers, PDFs. We can assign also what should we do with the data once it's been collected. And then we can build and create any type of question and answer, whether it's parent-child here or just straight parent questions. You'll also be able to see at any point in time the leaderboard to see who's scanning, who's not. We can set up your location so you can see where they are scanning and what they're doing. And then we can manage your meetings for you so you can see who's requesting meetings, who they request it with, in what room, and if it's been assigned yet. If they both accepted, you'll see if they accept there. And then we give you the option to go ahead and set up and customize your email. So if you have any questions, we're here. We'd love to kind of contact you. We'd love to see you. You click on the contact us link in the video, then we'll connect. But this is a short tutorial about the backend portal for the lead generation for Eventus AI. So I appreciate you joining us today. Thanks.